Hey, what's up guys? Hope you're all fantastic out there today. Thank you for stopping by the channel. I have a little action thriller set down on the river to talk about with you guys today. I'm diving into 1993 Striking Distance starring Bruce Willis and Sarah Jessica Parker from director Rowdy Herrington. It's not a perfect movie, but it's also not as bad as its reputation may tell you, so let's dive into it. Bob, will you get the... Striking Distance keeps a typical genre structure, and Willis does play close to the belt as a former cop from a family of cops named Tom Hardy, who now works his river rescue when he's not drinking and sleeping one off. He isn't liked by his peers, and traumatic events from the past have Hardy at a low point in his life, but that changes when a series of bodies begin showing up in the river that he patrols, bodies of women from his past, as the killer calls to taunt him with each one. Now, like I said, this isn't a perfect movie. Willis is commanding and he delivers his trademarks despite feeling a bit tired in the role. It could have been the character he was playing, but he also shows no real chemistry with Sarah Jessica Parker, and their recycled love dynamic honestly does get in the way at times. Now, admittedly, the movie does rely on some cliches. Willis is his typical burnt out. It's the same persona we saw in the first act of Die Hard with a Vengeance, in The Last Boy Scout, even Last Man Standing. So he doesn't really do anything out of the box in this movie, despite feeling at home as what his peers call being a river rat. He begins his quiet side mission to find the truth. No one believes him, yada yada yada. But I think where Striking Distance delivers its appeal is with its family drama, the ominous river atmosphere, and the tension of the action. This movie slips in a couple small moments of gunplay to boost the energy nicely, but it really does rely on the mystery of this killer, and regardless of its predictability, you can still have fun with it for just a mindless ride that doesn't require too much imagination. Now, there was some behind-the-scenes drama on this movie. Bruce Willis's career was riding at a high in the early 90s, and apparently his ego on this movie was as well. He rewrote a lot of scenes that caused a complete shift in the tone of the plot. It inflated the budget with a lot of reshoots that Willis was apparently not too happy to be a part of. So, despite it being an entertaining film, it's really interesting to see what Striking Distance would have originally been had it followed closer to Herrington and Kaplan's original script called Three Rivers.
Now we have two choices here. You either put the guns down, or we all start shooting.
Regardless of all the drama, though, Herrington was a capable director with films like Roadhouse and the highly undermentioned boxing movie Gladiator under his belt already, and I think he was able to craft a charming little thriller here. The characters were all very appealing. Admittedly, Sarah Jessica Parker wasn't very well written and is pretty much just a plot device and kind of useless to the movie, but I mean, Dennis Farina comes in along with Tom Sizemore to make the most out of some otherwise bland characters, while Brian James does what he does best, which is being a sincere asshole to really combat the protagonist.
It's gonna be you and me! You belong on the river, you fucking rat!
I just think these guys make the most of the quiet moments and the thinly written characters to kind of help keep you more engaged than you normally would be between the action, and it results in just a slick little thriller. Brad Fiedel, who also worked music for the Terminator films, True Lies, and so many others, lends his talents to this one, and unassumingly, I think he does such a great job of just infusing the movie with really its entire personality and its mood, whether it be when the suspense is kicking in and the tension, or when the action is raging out on the river. Fiedel's scoring is able to elevate the dramatic impact with ease. Like I said, a little bit of gunplay is dropped in, a few nicely crafted car chases that are intricate and visually appealing as cars are racing all over Pittsburgh and boats are ripping up and down the rivers. These sequences, I think, are when Striking Distance is at its best, and while it all may be a bit routine for the genre, I think it still can entertain. The finale, rightfully so, is out on the water, it's adrenaline pumping, and sure, it's as equally melodramatic, but I mean, I gotta say, Striking Distance is a good time, and it delivers what you want for a quiet little action movie. It pulls you off the couch and into the looming tension of a killer on the loose. With Hardy in their sights, it weaves just enough mystery to the killing and cuts it with textbook action and family drama to really keep an entertaining flow throughout its tightly paced runtime. And those are my thoughts on Striking Distance, guys. I recommend checking this one out if you enjoy action movies and you haven't seen it. I enjoy this film on rainy days for some some reason. Willis is good, but not great in it. I think the supporting cast and just the atmosphere overall are what pulled me into it. It's not groundbreaking by any means, but it does have enough moving pieces and surface level story beats that go well with the practical action to keep you entertained for 90 minutes.